This is Optimal Finance Daily, episode 237. Understanding Retirement Plans, Your Options, and What's Best for You, by Kalen Bruce of MoneyMiniBlog.com. And I am Dan, reading you the best personal finance blogs on the web. I am here each Monday through Friday, and we like to stay in touch with all of you and to hear what you would like to see from us here on the show. So if you have any topic requests, come visit us at oldpodcast.com and share those with us. I'm going to keep the intro nice and short today, but if you like what you're hearing, if you like our podcast, please do stick around until the end of the show today. I have a little request for you, even if you are a long-time listener. For now, let's hear today's post and start optimizing your life. Understanding Retirement Plans, Your Options, and What's Best for You, by Kalen Bruce of MoneyMiniBlog.com. Retirement is always an interesting topic. It may be so far in the future that you haven't really thought about it. Or it could be closer than you care to admit. Or you could technically be retired right now. It doesn't matter how old or young you are. The fact is, you need to start thinking about your retirement now, today. You need to know your options. So I'm going to explain what they are and what to do. Here's what you need to know about retirement and planning for it. Retirement Plans 101. Retirement plans aren't that complicated. In fact, you really only have a few primary options. Work retirement plans. These are things like 401ks, 403bs, and thrift savings plans, but it also covers things like pensions, if anyone actually still knows what that means. There was a day when almost all major companies offered pensions, which was basically the company saying, if you give us 20, 30, 40 or more years, we'll give you a check for the rest of your life. Yeah, that doesn't really happen anymore in the US, with the exception of the military, but even that isn't something I would count on. A simple IRA is another type of company retirement plan, but only for smaller companies with less than 101 employees. Personal retirement plans. This would be your individual retirement account, or IRA, which is technically and legally known as an individual retirement arrangement, since it is simply a shelter to cover an arrangement of investments, not an actual account. You can use IRAs for more than just retirement, but we won't cover that here. You can read about that on this site. There are also SEP IRAs, which are IRAs that are fully funded by the employer, but most often used for self-employed people to fund their own retirement. That's why they're in this section. Unconventional retirement plans. This would cover anything that's not a typical retirement account. One of the most popular unconventional retirement plans would be to sell your home, given that it's very expensive, and downsize using the cash you earn to live on. Of course, this would assume that your home would be paid off by the time you reach retirement. I've also known someone who built a subdivision and owner-financed all of the houses using the mortgage income as retirement income. This type of retirement planning can be risky if it's your only option. It's always good to diversify, but especially if your retirement is of this nature. Now, there are limits to each of these plans, contribution limits, as well as actual limits as to what you can do with them. There are also misconceptions about a lot of these accounts that are addressed on this blog. Now that you're familiar with your options, let's talk about what to do about it. How to plan for retirement. You've probably heard about an employer match. This is where your employer will match the money you put into your retirement account, 401k, 403b, etc., up to a certain percentage. It's usually around 6%, though I have known of a company that offered a 100% match. Yes, you should contribute enough to get the match because it's free money. It's like getting a 100% return. But then what? If you want to contribute more than that, do you just put it into your employer retirement plan? Not necessarily. The thing is, you do want to get that free money, the employer match, but over that, you're better off putting your money in an IRA because you have thousands of options as opposed to the handful of options your employer offers. Here's my personal step system for retirement. 1. Start by contributing enough to your employer retirement plan to get that employer match. 2. If your employer doesn't offer a match or a retirement plan at all, obviously skip that step. 3. Pay off all your debt, except your mortgage if you have one. This will prepare you to fund your retirement. 4. Fully fund your IRA. If married, fully fund both your and your spouse's IRA, even if your spouse doesn't have a job. 5. If you max out your IRA, both if married, continue to contribute to your employer's retirement plan. 6. If your employer doesn't offer a retirement plan, see if a SEP IRA works for you, and if so, contribute to that. Once you've completed all of those steps, you'll be looking good for retirement. If you still have more to contribute, consider opening a standard taxable account, opening or investing directly into a business or investing in some real estate. Either way, the goal is to diversify as much as possible. What about traditional versus Roth plans? Most plans offer both options. Even the TSP and 401ks offer a Roth version of the plan. To keep it simple, I suggest investing in a Roth if you qualify for it. If you earn too much to qualify for it, hey, good job. But you'll just have to go with the traditional plan. What do you put in your retirement plan? I've explained the different types of plans, but what goes into them? Well, you have a few options. If you're interested in some individual stocks, you can read my article on that for some good ideas. If you'd rather stick with mutual funds, you should go with index funds. I also have a post that covers specific index funds based on your age. How to get started. You can open a retirement account with your employer or ask if they offer one by speaking with their finance department. You can open an IRA in less than 15 minutes at TD Ameritrade. You just listened to the post titled Understanding Retirement Plans, Your Options and What's Best for You by Kalen Bruce of MoneyMiniBlog.com. And there is a little bit more to that post, but it is links, which wouldn't really be too helpful for me to read to you. So to find a lot more content about this, you should check out the original article, which is linked to on this episode's description over at oldpodcast.com. And before we go, if you enjoyed the episode today, and if you like this crazy little idea of reading blog posts to you for free, it would be great if you could share our podcast with someone else today. You can email or text them a link to oldpodcast.com/listen, or even better, if you're able to subscribe them to the podcast right there on their smartphone, that works really well too. It's a big help to us to keep this show going. That's going to do it for another edition of Optimal Finance Daily. I will be back with a post from Money Boss tomorrow, so I'll see you there in the Wednesday show where your optimal life awaits.
Hello, Life Optimizer. This is Justin Malik, creator and producer of this podcast, but also Optimal Living Daily, the show where I read to you from even more blogs covering finance, productivity, minimalism, personal development, and more from incredible bloggers like Derek Sivers, Zen Habits, Mark and Angel, The Minimalists, and all the ones you hear on this show too. So if you enjoyed today's episode and like taking amazing blogs on the go, come on over to Optimal Living Daily and subscribe to that one too. And together, we'll start optimizing your life.
You've been listening to Optimal Finance Daily. Be sure to hit the subscribe button to stay up to date on each new episode and head to oldpodcast.com. That's OLDpodcast.com for a free gift as well as more actionable tips and resources to help you maximize your potential. Thanks for joining us, and remember, your optimal life awaits.